Welcome to another episode, everyone. Young at Jefe apparently is calling out Adam 22, saying that he's trying to start a race war. Came across my timeline. I haven't watched it, but the title of the video says Adam 22 is trying to start a race war. So apparently maybe at Jefe is calling Adam 22 out for this stuff over Hoodstock, the comments that were made, and whatever Adam has been doing since then. Let's get into it.
Yeah. It's your boy, Young.
Crazy state of affairs in LA.
I had to fast forward that just in case he has copyright or whatever on his music, bro. But let's start from the beginning with Adam. Make sure we don't miss nothing that he had to say. All right.
Crazy state of affairs in LA right now because we got a Mexican podcaster talking about African booty scratchers going crazy on the black community. I guess we're gonna find out. Is the Raza gonna stick together and hold each other down? Or is the Raza gonna actually stand on business and say like, hey man, racism ain't cool? We're gonna find out. My advice, you gotta stand on business. Because you can't just be letting a knucklehead, knuckle dragger like this come through and make the whole damn community look bad, make the whole Sioux look bad. Come on now. Mexicans, I'm looking at you. Do what's right.
What's the good old big deal with the good old people, man? It's your boy, Young and Jefe. Don't care about number, what the check say. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy, Young and Jefe. And I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. The recipient of Hot Topics is Adam 22, this racial war thing, and just the Raza community. And you know what people had to say pertaining to this African booty scratcher. You know what I'm saying? This derogatory term, used for blacks. But this term derived from blacks joking about Africans coming from Africa over here to America. That's where the term derived from. But however, we about to get into this content. So last week, I was on a little hiatus. I couldn't do much, what I'm saying, because of my channel. So while on the bench in order bleachers, I was watching. And I seen a few content creators, Bobby A, one of them. I know he definitely be on his revolutionary, and he's definitely one of the brothers that's going to come to the forefront, when it has something to do with race, you know what I'm saying? So I had seen one of his segments that I didn't get to watch, but I seen Adam 22 titled in it. And it was like Adam 22 trying to start a race war or something like that. And I was giving thought to it, like, what they talking about? Like, is it something I miss? Being that I be up there at no jumper. So the only thing I was led to believe was he was talking about keep on trying to bring the food community or these different Raza podcasters to debate with Munchie B. So one of the podcast channels supposed to have came, Munchie B turned it down last minute, told Adam like, man, no, I'm cool. And every time this was coming up on Tuesday shows, I myself was kind of like, action, like we still talking about this P-face thing, like y'all ain't let this go yet. Long story short, this is the clip right here, I guess, that people was talking about. So this is Adam 22 basically calling in or speaking to the Latinos or the Raza community about one of...
I'm just gonna say, bro, that we can't necessarily say that Well, Adam is certainly adding fuel to the fire, but we can't put it on him and say he's trying to start a race war necessarily. Even though he may be, some of his rhetoric can lead to that. It can help it along if we're not smart, if we're not careful. I don't like Adam. I believe he's exploiting our community. But the onus is not necessarily on him. It's on the individual that made the comment. That would be Lucky from Hoodstock. It's on him. If anything, we can say he's trying to start a race war. He's the one that made the comment, not Adam. You know what I'm saying? Adam is, with that clip right there, he's fanning the flames. You know, he's telling the Southsiders what they need to do. They need to call Lucky out. Bro, the Southsiders don't need you to tell them nothing on how to handle their fucking business. You know what I'm saying? And who's this dude, man? Yeah. So Adam himself, yeah, he's saying some things. It's nothing. Whatever happened is none of his business. Even whatever happened with Hoodstock, because Hoodstock was referring to black people, not white people. So Adam doesn't even have an opinion on this, or he should not. But he does, and he's making content about it, saying, oh man, he's disrespecting the black community. So this, of course, riles the blacks up. Then he goes on to say, yeah, sure, y'all need to do something about it. Telling a gang coach, another race, how they need to handle their fucking business, bro. That's the issue. But we still obviously need to stay focused on an individual that made the comments. I certainly took umbrage to it. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it, bro. And if a black says something that is disrespectful to an entire race, I'm going to call that out as well. And I'm going to let that be known. But of course, I'm going to let it be known if someone from another race disrespects my people or disrespects my race. And this is what this individual did. So me, myself, I'll squabble. Like I said before, I'll squabble Lucky, bro. I didn't want to come out here and say all this shit. It ain't about no headlines. This shit's for real. On behalf of my people, I'll squabble that dude, bro. For real. I swear to God, my mama, rest in peace, I'll squabble Lucky, bro. However, on the street, in the ring, or whatever. And then we can dead the issue, homie. You know what I'm saying? Or if not him, then one of his homies, if they think I'm too much for him, chances are I am, then get whoever. I'll squabble whoever, bro, and just dead the issue. There's not about to be a war over this shit. But let's not minimize what he said and what he did. But let's not put all of the blame on Adam either. But let's let Ad continue.
One of the Rasa podcasters coming out and asking another Latino, would she date a black as in Blueface. So y'all know Blueface was real controversy when he did the little vlog thing with Jenny 6ix9ine. There was a lot of backlash behind that, and this podcast, you know, I guess decided to carry on, and you know, he interviewed somebody, asked somebody about it, and you know, he used the term African booty scratcher.
Now I'm you know, I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with all of this. I don't know what happened with Blueface and Jenny 6ix9ine. I don't even know who Jenny 6ix9ine is. So I guess there's a backstory to whatever happened on that podcast when he asked the woman, would she date Blueface? I don't know. That was Jenny 6ix9ine that he was asking. I don't fucking know.
And it threw me. And it ain't really no excuse you can make up. So you got Adam 22. A lot of people gonna feel like he white. He shouldn't be speaking on this situation. Me, and I'm not just saying that because I'm up there at No Jumper, I really don't see him throwing no flames on the fire. You feel me? A lot of people, you could look at this situation as instigating.
Yeah, he throwing flames on the fire. I'm sorry. Maybe I should. I'm gonna have to start watching these videos before I play them. I don't like doing that because I like to give my pure reaction to it. And so I just read the headline, the title, and I thought, like I said, he was calling Adam out for trying to start a race war, because that's what the title says on this video right here. Adam trying to start a race war. It wasn't a question mark, anything like that. So I'm thinking he was saying, you know, he knows what's going on in No Jumper. He talks to Adam behind the scenes, whatever. I'm thinking maybe he heard some shit, you know, seen what he's seen, and also heard something perhaps that led him to this belief. Okay, and it's time to call Adam out on this. This is what I thought he was doing. But let's see. Let's see.
But I'm pretty sure he know how sensitive this is, and he was really shining a light on the Rasa community. Like, what y'all gonna say about this? Because everybody know, just like when Hellcat spoke, when you say something about the Latino community, it's a big outcry. It's like somebody did something wrong. Man, y'all know how I go. Y'all seen it. So anyhow, we about to get into this content, and y'all already know, man, it's the Hef Way and the Hef Effect. We gonna commentate.
African butt scratcher, what do you say?
Booty scratchers.
Yeah, booty scratcher, something like that. That I can see why the blacks would get offended of that, but I don't think he meant it like a racial thing, you know?
Just the context of it, it just sounds.
I wouldn't have said it, but that's him. He's an old man.
Me personally, I wouldn't say something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean,
they're all trying to make it a war thing.
I mean, me personally, I wouldn't say that, but Lucky strikes me as one of those fools who like
Don't give a fuck.
them Andrew Tate, like Myron, Fresh and Fit type of guys, so they'll just say shit. You feel me? Like, or like a Charleston White. You know, Charleston White be saying racial shit just to get a rise out of people. So, do I think Lucky is a racist? No. Do I think
Charleston White, as I've said before, I've already went through this video that these individuals here did. I played this clip myself on my channel. But Charleston White is not a good example because Charleston White disrespects everyone in every race. Myron Gaines is certainly not a good example. He only disrespects black people. He calls black people gorillas, monkeys, all kinds of stuff. Myron Gaines, and he thinks he's not black. You know, the problem really is that the black community are letting these individuals get away with this stuff, and they should not be getting away with it. You know, that shit needs to be cleaned up. These sellouts in our communities, bro, they need to be taken out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, taken out, straight up. Take these motherfuckers out. They in the way. You know, they are a hindrance to freedom in so many ways. I'm going to have to get into it, man. But Charleston White, no. I'm not excusing anything he says or does, but he attacks everyone. He attacks every community, bro. Hell, his baby mama is Hispanic, I believe, Charleston White. He disrespects everybody. So, you know, it's hard for us to get control of him or tell him, man, don't disrespect the Latinos. He disrespects us and don't give a fuck. Dead homies, fuck your mama, your hood. He does all this, bro. So let's not just, let's not go tick for tack and try to excuse it. Call this individual out for what he said and did. And don't try to point the fucking finger.
Is that something I would say? Nah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, because I still recognize that people may feel some type of way about that too.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
No
what's
shit.
up with that shit, dog? See what this?
Okay.
Crazy. Are we back?
Okay. You feel like Adam is trying to stir like a race war for him?
Nah, he just knows content, bro. You know what I mean? And he's down to sit down and debate. So I see where he's trying to go with it. But Lucky don't play that shit. You know what I mean? And I feel like what Lucky said, we'll say it in front of a black. Like when I think he posted a clip after joking around with a black saying something about like your guys' utensils a tortilla, and then boom, boom. You know, like he's saying like. Do you think Lucky should apologize?
If that's how he feels, that's him, fool, right?
That's his platform. That's what he wants to do.
That's his platform.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's his platform. And
So, Black Guy, I'm not here to debate these dudes, man. I mean, but it just, you think he should apologize? Like he's shocked. Like, you think he should apologize? Like, he shouldn't apologize, right? Like, it's no big deal. And then the dude, he's like, that's his platform. Then the dude, that's his platform. He basically can do whatever he want to do. He cannot do whatever he want to do. He cannot say whatever he want to say if it disrespects me and my people, bro. And that's where we're going to have a problem. Yes, he was joking, making a lot of a situation, a joke maybe that blacks use or whatever, like Jefe is alluding to. Okay, then we will use that joke. It's still not for you, another race, to come in using that joke, bro. It's not funny. It's not a joke. It is disrespectful. I did take umbrage to it. My people takes umbrage to it, and that shit needs to be handled, bro. That's it.
and everybody
I wouldn't have said that either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said
said
that.
that either. I don't know.
The only reason why I say Adam wants to start a race war,
My bad.
not that he wants to, but he's like baiting other Rasa. Like, yo,
I was about to say that. Like,
who's gonna stand up against who? Who's gonna say this? I need y'all to stop being pussy. I'm like, all right, well now you're way too invested in this.
Okay, what do you mean? Like he said that what?
He said when other Rasa podcast is gonna denounce Lucky or go against him or go support him. I'm like, damn, like we don't have to choose a side. We could choose to just give it our opinion and just let
Facts.
him do whatever he got to do. You know what I mean?
Facts.
We don't gotta
He
be
just
like,
wants Lucky there.
maybe.
Yeah, he wants something Lucky there. But
Hey,
Lucky,
maybe since he lost 4 extra, since he's losing all the top dogs, maybe he wants somebody like Lucky to bring some of those Jews over there.
Okay, so of course, Adam being white, this is not Adam politics. But let's not act like we don't know that Adam covered hip hop and or covered African American culture and, a mixture of the Rasa. Now, this situation with this Lucky dude and this African booty scratcher thing that was said, there's no way around it. There's no way to soften the blow, regardless if you come on camera with a black guy and you joking and you trying to say derogatory stuff that might go against your culture. You said what you said. And what better way and to stand on it. I'm not looking for no apology because it rolled off his tongue naturally. And on top of that, when he was interviewing a female and asking her, placing the picture of Blueface up there, would you date him or would you date blacks? And she was like, no, penal code 13. He was like, that's what I'm talking about. That's why you up here. And like I said it on No Jumper. Nothing is wrong if you believe in dating within your race. It's okay if you do not want to be plentiful with the universe and the rest of the human beings. It's okay, but it's crazy when you start using these racial terms because, like I said, when it is said, and if something is said about the Hispanic community, people gonna feel some type of way. Definitely in these times with ICE going on, in these raids and stuff like that, people can say some crazy stuff, and it's gonna be a big outcry. So, they made a good point. You got the Charleston whites of every race. You got people that's gonna come out and they not going to be censored, and they're going to say some crazy stuff. But
yeah, that's true, man. People gonna come out and say stuff, but like I said, Charleston White is not a good example because he disparages every group deliberately. He's a shock jock. He does this for views and what have you. And no, there's nothing wrong with dating your own people or wanting to date within your own race. Me personally, I love black women. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem comes in when your reasoning for it is based on stereotypes. Your reasoning that you will not date this race or this person is based on some preconceived notion. Then that's when it becomes racism. That's when it's a problem. If you just happen to love your own people, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're excluding people based on an opinion or a stereotype or a belief, then that's a problem. But it's your problem to have, but it's a problem. It is based on racism at that juncture. I don't mind, I don't care that she says she doesn't date black men. May not necessarily believe her, but I don't care. But I am going to take umbrage to that term that he used, whether it just rolled off his tongue or not. It should not roll off his fucking tongue. He needs to be held accountable. And that's it, bro. Ain't nobody bigger than the fucking program. He's going to be held accountable. That's it. No. And we got to keep the same energy with everyone else that we have with each other. We so quick to want to get on each other about any situation. We don't give each other an inch. When a black man does something wrong on the internet or one of these damn podcasts, we come after them. We want to do the same thing here. Now, again, I'm not putting everything on Adam because we have to be smart enough not to allow anyone to come in and influence our thoughts, our minds, our process, or whether or not we go to war. It's not on Adam. We're grown men. We make that decision. I'm going to keep the focus where it belongs, where it should be, on the individual that made the comments. I will say that, like I said, his comments are not something that, to go to war over or make a big deal about. Deal with that individual and that individual alone. He made the comments and then we move on. But it's not going to just be swept under the rug or excused. No. Fuck that.
I don't feel like Adam trying to start a race war. Like I said, you can look at it.
I don't know if Adam is trying to start a race. I'm going to let Jefe finish up. I don't know if Adam is trying to start a race war or not. I don't think I don't know, because a lot of these Neanderthals are diabolical, bro. So there's no telling. He's uncouth, so he could be at home cooking this whole thing up. But for the sake of the argument, let's say that he is not deliberately sitting at home saying, how can I start a race war? That he's just coming out doing content and making comments that could start one, though, or that adds fuel to the fire, is the point. The video clip that Jefe just played himself earlier adds that this is not productive to our communities. It doesn't help the Black community or the brown community. And if you're not helping, then you are hurting. There is no gray line. There is no in between. Either you're hurting our cause or either you're helping our cause or you're hurting it. There are no two ways about it. It's either or. And that sort of rhetoric is hurting it. So whether he's deliberately trying to start a race war or not, he's adding fuel. He's pouring flames, or he's pouring fuel on flames. That's it. And he should not be doing that, because, again, how is this productive? How does this help anyone? How does this help to de-escalate the situation? And we're not going to be fooled and influenced by a colonizer who thinks he's savvy enough to get us to devolve into war. I must disabuse you of the notion, disabusing the viewer, that is, of the notion that the Black man is incapable of thinking for himself. That the colonizer is going to influence our thought processes and influence our actions. The answer is no. What's going to happen is it's all going to turn on Adam, the Black and brown, trying to get us to go against each other. Now, again, I'm not trying to, absolve Lucky. His statement is what initiated all this, and I'm not trying to point all of the finger at or put all of the blame on Adam. I've already said that he may not be trying to do this deliberately, and that the onus is not on him. However, when you put yourself out there, yes, he's a content creator. Yes, he makes content. But if I make content adding fuel to a fire, then I'm going to be called out on it. And he's not exempt from that. He needs to be as well.
As him fanning the fires or instigating, as far as getting on the Latino community or asking the Latino community who gonna stand up and speak out against Lucky for the derogatory word he used towards the African Americans. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand content, and some things I still don't understand about content. But everybody's not trying to start nothing. And just like they pointed out, I think it was for the sake of content, as far as pointing a finger at them and trying to, get some motion, some views.
Yeah, that's not content, though. We got to be careful with the content that we put out. Like, every Black is warned about the content that he puts out that can add fuel to a fire. Adam is no different. He needs to be warned about the sort of content that he's putting out that can add fuel to a fire that he will not be there to help put out. Once started, he will not be anywhere involved in any war. And yet he's helping to move a war along in his mind, but he's not going to participate in any way in this war. This is the problem. At least some of the content creators who may be saying certain things that they shouldn't say or whatever, they're going to be expected to be on this front line when this shit kick off. Adam is going to be nowhere. Whose side is he going to be on? He's not going to be anywhere to be found. And if you're not going to take place in the war, and if you're not going to help to mediate or mitigate a war, then you should not certainly be pouring fuel on the flames of a war if you're not a war that you will not be a part of. This is why it is dangerous rhetoric, and this is what disqualifies him from speaking on anything like that because he's not going to participate.
You know what I'm saying? It's social media. You know what I'm saying? What do you expect? That is what is done on social media. Social media, number one recipe, I always tell people, it's controversy. That's what sells. That's what people want to see. But I don't believe he's trying to start a race riot between the blacks and the Mexicans. It was some BS said, and like I said, people might feel some type of way being that Adam's addressing it because he's white, you know what I'm saying, rather than Aunt Jefe or Munchie B or whoever else. Me, I don't have time to get caught up. I've been caught up in these little back and forths with other content creators and stuff like that. I just feel like when it comes to race and certain elements of gang activity, deaths and stuff like that, I just feel like certain stuff ain't to be debated or spoke about. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too sensitive and can turn into something. But it is what it is. Like I said, people gonna always show their true colors. And I mean, like, Lucky feel how he feel, and he definitely said what he said. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, I'm gonna conclude that right there. It's your boy Young and Jefe.
All right. So that's Young and Jefe. Check him out. Check out his channel. And that's what he had to say. Again, I don't know. I thought from the title he was calling Adam out, for being complicit and trying to add fuel to the fire, if nothing else. But didn't really go that route. He has his take on it. We all have our takes. Everyone is entitled to their take on whatever the situation may be as content creators. So, I'll just say in closing that, in my estimation and from my understanding, Adam has done all kinds of stuff, said all sort of stuff towards the community that I have not been privy to. I have been unaware of, at least until this juncture. So this is not anything new with Adam. But again, I'm not going to turn this into an Adam bashing show or channel or anything like that. But anyone, be it a black man, white man, brown man, yellow man, green, or red, or orange man, that's disrespecting or exploiting my community, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to have a problem with it and be ready to die about it, bro. That includes Adam. That would include a black man. There are black men on the internet that exploit the community and profit from it, disparage, denigrate the community, but profit from it at the same time. And we're just going to begin to disallow this sort of disposition. That's it. We're not going to go for that anymore, bro. But that's it, man. That's it. Young and Jefe, y'all check them out, man. Stay safe and stay free, people.